I was bullied for years. Then I took my revenge. They called me Mouse. Not because I was cute or small or timid, though I was all those things, but because I scurried. I kept my head down. I didn't speak unless spoken to. I was the kind of girl who flinched when the bell rang and apologized for breathing too loudly in class. My real name? Leah. But no one used that. Not at Southside High. There I was Mouse. And they were the cats. The worst was Tessa. Queen Bee. Cheer captain. The kind of girl with a perfect smile and a venomous heart. Her crew, Amber, Riley, and Lex, followed her around like designer-clad shadows. Tessa didn't hit me. Not in the way teachers could see. But her words were weapons. And they cut deep. "Is that what you're wearing?" she'd say, loud enough for the whole hallway to hear. "Did your grandma knit that, Mouse?" Sometimes it was gum in my hair. Sometimes a shove into the lockers. Notes taped to my back. Food dumped on my tray. Laughter echoing down the hall. Every day I shrank a little more. Until there was almost nothing left of me. But the thing about mice is we're quiet. We watch. And eventually we learn how to bite back. My revenge started with a notebook. Black, leather-bound, hidden in the back of my closet. Inside I kept everything. Dates, times, quotes, photos, video clips, every cruel word, every shove, every prank, every time a teacher looked the other way. For 3 years, I documented my own suffering like a scientist observing lab rats. I didn't want justice. I wanted devastation. Senior year, everything changed. The bullying didn't stop, but something in me hardened. My hands stopped shaking. My gaze lifted. I started planning. Tessa had everything: popularity, followers, a full ride to state for cheer. A reputation she worshipped. So I targeted it. Step 1. Infiltration. I joined yearbook committee. That meant access to student records, cameras, computer labs. I offered to photograph events. No one questioned it. Step 2. Secrets. Tessa liked to party. A lot. Her social media was curated. But the truth always bleeds through. I followed her Finsta, then used burner accounts to bait her into oversharing. Soon, I had photos of her drinking, vaping, making out with her coach's son, who was 22. Step 3. Exposure. I created a website. Elegant. Called it The Southside Truth. Then I uploaded everything. Tessa's cruelty. Amber's shoplifting. Riley's affair with a teacher. Lex's bullying of a freshman that led to hospitalization. Receipts. Screenshots. Video clips. Journal entries. I scheduled the launch for 8 a.m. on a Monday. By lunch, it had 5,000 hits. By 3 o'clock, it made the local news. By 5 o'clock, their world was burning. They tried to find me. Accusations flew. Phones were confiscated. Teachers interrogated students. But I was a ghost. Just a shadow in the hallway. Just Mouse. No one suspected me. Even as I walked by them in the cafeteria. Tessa crying, Amber screaming, Riley being escorted into an admin office. I smiled. For the first time in my life, I smiled. But I wasn't finished. Because their pain, it was a taste. A beginning. I still had their diaries. Screenshots from private chats. Hidden camera footage. You see, the longer you observe someone, the more you learn. And the more you can destroy. I started mailing things. To parents. To colleges. To coaches. And signed letters. USBs. Pictures. Tessa's scholarship? Gone. Riley? Expelled. Amber? Pressed charges for theft after store footage leaked. Lex? Her family moved out of town. People said it was karma. I knew better. It was me. I watched them unravel. Tessa tried to post a video, crying, begging for forgiveness. But the comments were brutal. People didn't care about apologies. They wanted blood. The same way she once wanted mine. Months passed. I graduated with honors. Gave a speech even. To all the quiet kids. I said, "You're stronger than you think." People clapped. Some cried. No one knew the truth behind my words. No one saw the scars beneath the smile. Now I study psychology. Top of my class. Still quiet. Still Mouse to some. But I know who I am now. I'm not prey. I'm a survivor with teeth. And if you hurt me, I won't forget. I won't forgive. I will wait. And when the time comes, I will end you. Because revenge, when served cold, is delicious. Especially when no one sees it coming. And the mouse? She's not so small anymore. She's the one who learned to build traps. And all the cats? They never stood a chance. But let me tell you something that might surprise you. Revenge isn't sweet forever. After the adrenaline faded, after the headlines died down, after college swallowed me whole, there was silence. And in that silence, I heard something I hadn't heard in years. Myself. My own heartbeat. My own voice. Unshackled from the fear that once held it captive. But also, a whisper of guilt. I'd become what I hated. Not a bully. No, I never mocked the innocent. But I wielded pain like a scalpel, precise, effective, and merciless. I ruined lives with purpose. And sometimes, late at night, I wondered if that meant I'd lost a part of my soul. So I started writing. Not just to record or document, but to reflect. My professors said my essays were haunting, raw. My advisor encouraged me to pursue trauma counseling. I did. And in helping others, I found something I didn't expect. Redemption. Not forgiveness from them. They'd never know. But from myself. For choosing power after being powerless. For drawing blood in the name of healing. One day during my internship, I met a girl. 16. Quiet. Hair hiding half her face. She wouldn't talk to anyone. Until she met me. I heard what you said, she whispered one day after group. About surviving. She paused. How do you make the hurting stop? I didn't lie. You don't, I said. You learn to carry it. Then one day you find someone who needs help carrying theirs. And suddenly, it's not so heavy, she cried. I held her hand. In that moment I realized, the mouse didn't just survive. She transformed into something more powerful than revenge. A guide, a healer, someone who turned pain into purpose. But still, in a locked drawer, far from view, I keep the notebook. Black, leather-bound, not to use again, but to remember who I was, and how far I've come. Because some scars fade, but some, they make you who you are. And if you're lucky, they lead you to who you're meant to become.